Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Money Life. Today is crypto update for Thursday, the 29th of April. And as always, we've got loads to talk about. I've got the announcement for the winners of my last two videos, over $150 worth of BNB for each of those videos to give out. And we've got loads of cool articles to go through today. So let's get into the video. Right, first up, I hope you guys like my new Crypto Money Life sign in the background. I'm absolutely loving that. Maybe it's a bit cheesy, but I absolutely love it. Okay, so let's do these winners for my last two videos. I did one video on SUTER, so let's quickly get the winners for those. And I'll pop this in here. Filter duplicate users, get the comments. I've had so many comments. Thank you very much to everyone that's been commenting. It's been really great. This one has had hundreds and hundreds of comments. And the one I did for BNSD, which is the next one, I had 1.2 thousand comments. Absolutely crazy. Right, 709 comments. Let's pick three winners. First winner is Dax Vance. Congratulations to you, mate. Please give me your BNB address to send out $50 worth. Next winner, Muppet Oxbox, 1982, born in the same year as me. Make sure you drop in your BNB address on the comments and I'll send you out another $50 worth. And the third and final winner is Alexa Candy. Congratulations to you. I think that's a girl. If it's a girl, congratulations to you. If it's a boy, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. Okay, let's do the winners for the BNSD video. This was a massive video for me. I had over almost 4,000 views in just 2 days that I posted it. So thank you everyone that watched that video. I really appreciate that. Okay, for this video, get YouTube comments. There were 1.2 thousand comments on this video. Thank you to everyone that commented. Absolutely crazy. BNSD, oh my good days, we can't do it. Something is wrong. There's too many comments, they couldn't handle it. Right, I'm just gonna randomly pick some then. Let's go through and just randomly pick it. I've got my eyes closed. Eyes closed, I'm gonna pick some. I have to load them all first. Oh my God, there's just so many comments, I couldn't do it. Right, there we go. Ram Roy, you're gonna win one. Congrats, you're the winner. Congrats, you're a winner. Give me your BNB address. Copy and paste that, reply. Okay, let's do one more. Scroll down. All right, here we go. Mr. Dave in your dreams. Okay, here we go. You're a winner. Reply. And finally, the last one. Trying to do this randomly without being biased on a comment. I'm just going to leave just going to pick one where my mouse goes. But there's just so many comments. It takes so long to load. Right, Fernando Carroll. Congratulations, mate. You're a winner as well. Okay, so that's all the winners done. Sorry I couldn't use the picker there. I don't know what's going wrong. Maybe too many comments on the video. But thanks to everyone that's commented. Let's get into coin market cap. As you can tell, Bitcoin, it's recovered, but it's been moving slowly. There's been lots of good news, lots of bad news. People are not too sure what to think about Bitcoin. But I actually think that the main reason that Bitcoin is not pumping so hard at the moment is because it's altcoin season. Now, I don't want to pump my Patreon too much because I have just started it. I've got 4 members on there so far. Thank you to everyone that's on there. But I did an article on the April the 17th last week, about 2 weeks ago, and I explained why I'm rebalancing my crypto portfolio. And just some of the bits from here. I've always been a Bitcoin maximalist. Every trade I do, every move I make, the end goal is to acquire Bitcoin, not fiat or stablecoins, but Bitcoin. And when you've got a considerable portfolio in crypto, Bitcoin is kind of like the safe asset. And I think it will be the future of the world's monetary systems. However, if you had invested $1,000 in Bitcoin on January the 1st, 2021, you would have only doubled your money to date, while some of the other cryptos would have given you closer to 4 to 10x. And some of them are even more, like, of course, Dogecoin, which is going absolutely crazy at the moment. So I basically decided I was going to move a lot of my Bitcoin, not all of it, because I currently have around 70% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. I decided at that point 2 weeks ago that I was going to move half of that into altcoins. And I picked some altcoins. The main ones that I went and picked for were Cake, BNB, and I started to stake Cake on PancakeSwap, and it's been crazy because Cake has almost doubled in value since I've done that. So just in those 2 weeks since I've made that move, I've doubled up my supply of Bitcoin in effect, because I value my portfolio in how much Bitcoin it's worth. And it was it was around 50 Bitcoin before, and now it's up to almost 80 Bitcoin because of that move I've done. And not only that, I'm making an absolute fortune on PancakeSwap from all of the staked Cake. So if you haven't already, check out the video that I've linked up there on how to stake on PancakeSwap. It's a great way to earn interest up to 100%, and some of them do 300%. They're a little bit more risky, but it's a great way to do it, and I much prefer it to Nexo, BlockFi, and Celsius, these kind of unsecured loan places where you're putting your Bitcoin, but you're not getting any security for it. At least with PancakeSwap, it's decentralized. It's my crypto. I know where it is, and I can see what's going on at all times. And there is a way for you to kind of emergency pull out the coins on BSC scan. I'll do a video on that one day for you guys to understand. Anyhow, so top coins in this week, of course, have been PancakeSwap. It's up 50%. I've heard a lot about Polygon as well, and Polygon Matic. Now, the reason why that's pumped a lot is because it's got something to do with reducing Ethereum costs. So it's kind of like a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. Uniswap is doing extremely well as well. They are launching version 3 of their platform very soon. PancakeSwap have launched version 2. They're integrating lots of new features, including a really fucking cool one. Let's load this right now so I can show you, called prediction markets. Now, in these prediction markets, you can basically guess which coins are going to go up, which coins are going to go down. So it's kind of a bit gambling, but a lot of it is self-fulfilling. So you can actually see what are people betting that's going to go up, and you can use that information to then buy the coins that you think are going to go up according to this. It's incredible way of examining the market. I really like it, and I'm really excited to see this. So I'm loving what's going on in PancakeSwap right now. Definitely check out that video that I linked to earlier on. Okay, so let's get into the news. Bitcoin set to close the first red April in 6 years as Ethereum keeps hitting all-time highs. Obviously, Ethereum is absolutely flying right now. It's up to almost $2.8 thousand or $2,800, where Bitcoin is floundering. And as I mentioned, it's altcoin season. Obviously, ETH is kind of almost not an altcoin anymore. It's the second biggest to Bitcoin. It's got about a 15% market dominance right now. But it is being attacked a lot by these kind of Generation 3 platforms like Cardano, Polkadot, and various platforms that are very similar to Ethereum. And of course, Binance Chain, the Binance Smart Chain, which I absolutely love. Now, the reason they've posted this article is because it's the first time in 5 years that April has been a red month. And they like to do this reporting on month-by-month basis because it kind of ties in with the almost 4-yearly halving that happens in Bitcoin. They kind of count everything after that date of that next halving and how it affects the price according in each month. And normally, April has been a good month. And it's always been March that's been a bad month periodically every year. But this year, March was absolutely huge. And I think that's maybe slightly changing because every year or every 4 years, that halving isn't exactly 4 years. It's actually, I think it's just shorter than 4 years. So it's slightly changing the dynamics of the market each time it does it. And they said here the performance contrasted that of March, traditionally a bad month of Bitcoin, but for this year, conversely saw gains of nearly 30%. There was a lot of FUD going around about Facebook buying Bitcoin. That wasn't true, but I still think that they will be buying it. Okay, and that brings us on to the next article, which is Elon Musk confirms he owns Bitcoin, has not sold any. Tesla intends to hold BTC long-term, but they sold some to prove liquidity. A couple of days ago, there was a big announcement. Some people discovered that Tesla had sold some of their Bitcoin. If you remember, in January or February, they bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. I can't remember the exact amount, but obviously it's gone up 3 or 4 times since then. They've made an absolute killing on it, more than they would selling their actual cars. But they sold some, and they say they did it because they wanted to prove liquidity. And I can believe them in that. They basically bought the Bitcoin, and they wanted to prove to their shareholders that it was a good decision, not only because it goes up in value and it protects the value of the cash they had in their bank, but also because it's a super liquid asset. It's not like buying a house or something like this, which takes months to sell. It's very illiquid. Bitcoin is super liquid and can be sold within minutes. You just transfer it to an exchange and you just sell it straight away. So it's a great asset because it can protect you against inflation. It's obviously growing in adoption right now, so it's a massive upside, and it's super liquid. Elon Musk's electric car company Tesla announced its first quarter earnings results on Monday. Prior to the earnings call, Bitcoiners were hoping to hear how many more Bitcoins Tesla had purchased. However, Tesla revealed it actually sold some BTC during that quarter. Now, Tesla is doing extremely well. They had bumper results, but their stock price, I keep saying coin price, that's crazy. Their stock price didn't actually go up that much. So that's one of the key things that you need to know when buying stocks. You buy the rumor and you sell the news. This was obviously the news. The rumor had already come out that they were doing well, so the price in the market had already been affected by that rumor. Okay, next, Fed keeps rates near zero. Treasury purchases to continue. Powell expects transitionary inflation. But what else do you want me to say? I mean, Bitcoin is the answer to what these guys are doing. They've been running the monetary supply and slowly stealing from everyone in America and all around the world by just printing money whenever they wanted it. And then they've got the cheek to still tax you when they're kind of doing this kind of stealth tax by printing loads of money anyway. It's a complete joke, if you ask me. In a policy meeting on Wednesday, the US Federal Reserve told the public that monetary easing will continue and the benchmark interest rate will be kept near zero. So that's just going to drive inflation higher and higher, and that's better for everyone that holds Bitcoin because Bitcoin will continue to grow. Now, what I really like about the Bitcoin movement, it has helped to highlight what is wrong with the current monetary system, and in particular the Fed Reserve. Now, there was a famous quote, I can't remember who it was by, but I think it was probably by one of the Rothschilds, and he said, "I care not for making rules in the country, just give me control of the money." On top of that, there was another person that said, and I can't remember who it is, maybe I'll need to look it up and post it down below, but if the average American knew how the monetary system worked, there would be riots in the morning. There would be a revolution in the morning, and that's totally true. But what Bitcoin is helping to do is open people's eyes to what is going on around them. Whether they want to do anything about it, I don't know. Maybe they're happy to accept the way things are. But the way I see it, more and more people are getting involved in Bitcoin because they believe this is a fairer and better way to run money and run wealth within our countries. Bitcoin ETF hopeful, Wisdom Tree lists Ethereum Etp in Germany and Switzerland. So an Ethereum Etp is similar to an ETF. It tracks the price of Ethereum. It's been launched in Germany and Switzerland. It's already raising millions and millions of dollars. It's doing extremely well. And they have an application to launch a Bitcoin ETF in the US. And it's only a matter of time before that gets answered. I think the SEC recently delayed their decision, so there's going to be another 2 months before they actually have to say yes or no. And during that time, obviously, there's going to be a lot of speculation on whether they will say yes, because if they say yes, it will be a big jump in price for Bitcoin, more access for more people, and it gives validation to Bitcoin as a real asset. Bitcoin transfers from miners to exchanges hit 6.5-month low. So as you know, I had been doing a lot of mining in Sichuan in China. So I've got a kind of real understanding of how the mining process works. And when typically a miner, when they're mining, they have around 70 to 80% of their costs are electricity. So they normally want to sell a lot of their Bitcoin in order to cover the electricity costs. But if they are super bullish on the price of Bitcoin, why would they sell it now? Normally they can just invest a little bit more money, pay their electricity bill and keep the Bitcoin. And that, of course, gives them the opportunity to make even more money if the Bitcoin price goes out. So it can be seen as a signal that they are bullish in the market. However, it's not totally true because actually the newly created Bitcoin can't affect the market that much because it's obviously a diminishing amount every few years. That amount of Bitcoin that's getting created every day is smaller and smaller, and the amount of money in Bitcoin is getting larger and larger. So their effect is diminishing. Bitcoin miners continue to reduce their supplies to exchanges in a sign of bullish price expectations. Reduced miner supply to exchanges is taken to represent bullish sentiment among those responsible for generating coins. By choosing to hold on to more of their BTC now, it implies miners anticipate selling them later at a higher price. Yeah, so that's what we just discussed and what I agree with. Right, Ripple. If you're still holding Ripple, which I am, I think there's a lot of upside to come. The largest outside Ripple shareholder believes the XRP-related firm will go public shortly after settling its lawsuit with the SEC. So they had these plans to put Ripple public, do an IPO on it, but obviously all of that is on hold because of this SEC lawsuit. However, if they're starting to talk about it and they're starting to think about it, then I believe that's because there is an end in sight for this lawsuit, which I've said many times. I don't think the SEC are going to be successful with it. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know specifically why. It's just from what I've seen and what my understanding of how Bitcoin works and how these IPOs work and how tokens are related to utility tokens and related as a security. The XRP tokens are just not a security. They are utility tokens. Garlinghouse hinted at a potential initial public offering last year, predicting that IPOs would become more prevalent in the crypto and blockchain industry. In the next 12 months, you'll see IPOs in the crypto blockchain space. Of course, we've had Coinbase. Kraken have mentioned they're probably going to do it. There are many more companies wanting to go public, and that's because it legitimizes blockchain even more. When you have a publicly listed company, obviously it's a lot more legitimate than a privately owned company because all of that information is in the public domain. With regards to the SEC lawsuit, the company has managed to achieve a series of legal victories, bringing more hopes from investors regarding the lawsuit's outcome and driving XRP price above $1.4, a level not seen since January 2018. I still think there's upside. So if you've got spare money and you want to invest in a coin, XRP is definitely a short-term gain coin that I would recommend. Right, last article of the day, NBA Alumin, I don't even know how to say this, NBA Alum Dikembe Mutombo backs blockchain for ethical cobalt mining in Congo. Now, I absolutely love this. This is a real world use case for blockchain and something that is going to be magical for changing the way the world works. Now, obviously, you have all of these eco-warriors and kind of left-wing lunatics, and I'm sorry if some of you are watching my channel. I do love you, really. I just don't agree with your political stance. That's because a lot of what you say is just completely hypocritical. For instance, you want the world to be a fairer, freer place. You're a complete Marxist. You want everyone to kind of have the same. You don't think it's fair. Loads of people have got more money than you. And you think if someone's a billionaire, they should give it all away. Except you're doing all of this and posting it on Twitter using your mobile phone, which has basically been made from these rare metals that have been mined by kids basically enslaved on $1 a week or $1 a month to do it for you. So until you give up all of those things and get rid of your Nike trainers that have been made in the same way, I just can't take anything of what you say seriously. I always judge people based on what they do, not on what they say. And that's why I find virtue signaling I just don't like it. I think people that do it are complete weirdos and not for me. If you've got something you want to do and you want to change the way the world works or you want to do something for good, then just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell other people how to live their lives. Do it yourself. Okay, well, I love that article, and that's a great way for us to end this video today. So I hope you enjoyed my new Crypto Money Life LED in the background and, of course, my mic over here. Let me know what you thought about it. Comment down below. And until the next one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys on Crypto Money Life.